This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Lisa Sugar talks with Pathway to Recovery's Director of Prevention Education about an important alcohol and drug expo. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Ken Karen. I'll be your host for the next 24 minutes or so, and let's get to it. Here's your local information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. It's an epidemic sweeping the country and the Commonwealth, and now an expo will take place here in our area to confront the growing problem of drug and alcohol abuse. Lisa Sugar has the story.
For the first time ever, a drug and alcohol expo and Narcan training session is being held in our area. Here to tell us all about it is Eileen Panzarella. She is the Director of Prevention Education for Pathway to Recovery Counseling and Education Services right here in downtown Hazleton. Eileen, thank you so much for being here. It's sad to say that we need something like this, but we're hearing about overdoses and so much drug abuse all across the country, not only here in our area. So you decided to host this special event for the very first time ever. So tell us about the expo and the Narcan training.
Yes, so we wanted to have a Narcan training, and we decided that we wanted to make it bigger than that and not just have a Narcan training, but have this expo. The community needs this right now.
I'm going to stop you for a second. For anybody who doesn't know what Narcan training is, I guess we should tell them what that is.
Yes, so Narcan is a drug that can be given to someone who is in heroin overdose and can help save their life. And so we're going to be doing a training. It's a half-hour training. That'll happen at 6:30 that evening on September 28th, where they will learn how to administer this dose. And if they attend the whole half-hour session, they will actually receive a certificate that they are trained in administering Narcan. And so if someone who has a loved one that is addicted to heroin, first responders, anyone who has an interest in this in the community is welcome to come out. It's a free training.
All right, so that's taking place, but there's an expo that will feature all kinds of vendors and activities, and you said this is for like the entire family.
Yes, this is for anyone, parents, families, anyone in the community that has an interest. We are going to have agencies from throughout the community that provide services, Pathway, we're going to be there, Better Today, Wyoming Valley Drug and Alcohol, we're having Help Stop the Silence, Suicide Prevention, many other ones also. People are still responding, so we'll have our list next week. So we're going to have agencies that provide a service, but we're also going to have agencies there that provide activities for children, the Hazleton YMCA, Community One Center, and other Hazleton Power. They're going to be there too, promoting their activities, so it's something to help prevent this addiction from happening.
That's great as well. And you told me there's a third aspect of this, which is really unique, something I never heard of before. So there's actually going to be like a mock bedroom setup?
Yes, we've invited Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol. They have a mock bedroom, and it's a teen bedroom, and it's going to show, only parents are going to be allowed in it, adults. It's going to show them how their teens could hide drugs, the different paraphernalia that they might have, and also some of the drugs, especially the synthetics, what they might look like, the little packages that they might have in their room. So it's very interesting, very informative for parents to come out.
All right, well, this is taking place on Wednesday, September 28th at the Hazleton Area Career Center from 6 to 8 p.m. It's being hosted by Pathway to Recovery, but it's also being sponsored by State Representative Tara Toohill. So you want to see all ages?
Yes, everyone, families, teachers probably want to come out and see some of this, anybody in the schools working with children, but then also anyone in the community. If someone has an addiction in their family, you'll be able to find services that night, where to go.
All right, you don't have to register in advance, just show up. Again, September 28th, the Hazleton Area Career Center starting at 6 o'clock. It's very vital that we be informed, so I hope there will be a large turnout for this first of its kind event.
You can learn more about what's being done to fight addiction on a brand new Sam Lasan show. It premieres tonight at 7 p.m. with rebroadcast at Friday at 9 a.m., 1:30 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. Check local listings for additional dates and times. The United Way of Greater Hazleton launched their new campaign on Wednesday at the Hazleton Municipal Airport. The theme of the night was Top Fun, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Tom Cruise classic Top Gun. The night even ended with Lehigh Valley Health Network's medevac landing at the airport. The mission is the same this year as every year for the United Way: raise as much money as they can to support their 24 member agencies. However, just like they are planning a Top Gun 2, this is an evolving United Way.
The theme of our campaign for the coming year is "We're not your grandma's United Way," because over the years the United Way has evolved, and we still continue to fund programs and services of 24 member agencies in our community, but we've also gotten into programs in the areas of education, financial responsibility, and health.
One of those programs the United Way facilitates is Dolly Parton's Imagination Library that provides books to children in our area every month for the first 5 years of their life. The Dr. Jan's Hope Foundation, formed in memory of Dr. Jennifer Sidari, donated $1,500 to help the Imagination Library that will provide 30 children with books. American Eagle Outfitters also donated $5,000 to the local United Way. If you would like to contribute, go to unitedwayhazelton.org or call 570-455-9515. After hosting a successful wine and chocolate walk in downtown Hazleton, the first Friday celebration for the month of October will feature a beer and brats walk. Krista Schneider is the executive director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress.
The Beer and Brats Walk, it's going to be another tasting event in the downtown. About a dozen different merchants and organizations are participating. They're going to be offering beer samples, craft brew samples paired with German-themed food. So a lot of bratwurst, a lot of German fare. So that's not to say that's going to be the only food, but people are really interested about it. They could buy tickets on our website at $10 a person, and or at the chamber. So either way, we'll sell them a ticket.
And you don't want to be disappointed because last time you did sell out.
Right. This is similar to what we did in June, which is the wine and chocolate walk, and that did sell out, so people should get their tickets early.
Again, a limited number of tickets are available, so get yours today. Coming up on FYI, local motorsport journalist Dino Alberto is back for an FYI Fast Lane segment. He'll tell us about a local driver who's also a school teacher, and he'll take a look back at the local racing season. Right after this break, Charles McElwee is here from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum, and he'll talk about the man who designed St. Gabriel's Church and Our Lady of Grace Church in Hazleton.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
I'm pleased to welcome back Charles McElwee, who is a member of the Board of Directors for the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum. Always here to bring us some wonderful stories about history. We've talked about architects in the past, but this one in particular, for a very well-known building in our area, St. Gabriel's Church.
Yes, Peter Sheridan has an outsized role really in the architectural legacy you see in Greater Hazleton. His biggest work to be remembered is St. Gabriel's. He actually lived behind St. Gabriel's on South Laurel Street. He was born in the early 20th century and retired in Arlington, but in 1926-27 he carried out St. Gabriel's, and he modeled the church to look like St. Patrick's in Manhattan, right across from the Rockefeller Center, and it was modeled to look like a 13th century French Gothic church, which he successfully completed, and it was cast in India limestone, beautiful trim, and what remains a brilliant, beautiful work. The stained glass came in from Germany, and the studio that still exists in Munich, it's still in business, but just a magnificent church that he completed for the South Side at the time. And he has other commissioned works from Our Lady of Grace in 1927 to the Johnny Mitchell statue you'll see at Courthouse Square in Scranton.
Wow. Does he still have any family in this area?
I don't believe he has any family left in this area. His family did end up in Arlington, and his son actually became an architect as well. He is related, however, to General Philip Sheridan, who was a famous Civil War soldier or general during that time. But if you drive through the area, some of the Catholic schools, many of the churches in McAdoo, Beaver Meadows, Hazleton, they are the products of Peter Sheridan, who worked out of the Markle building where he operated his architectural business.
Why does it seem like there were so many great architects designing these buildings right here from our area?
Well, I think it was just a sign of the times. In so many cities, you wanted to make a statement when you built a building in the late 19th or early 20th centuries, whether that was a church, whether that was an office building. It was to be an experience. To sit in the movie theater wasn't just to look at the movie. It was to experience that home mood that was created by the building in which the movie was shown. And I think that was the same feeling that you were supposed to receive in a church or just walking up the stairs to your office in the building during that time.
All right, well, another piece of history that maybe many people would not know about, knowing that the architect for lovely structures like St. Gabriel's Church, born right here in our area.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It's going to take Lehigh Valley Health Network's medevac helicopter 1 minute and 33 seconds to land. Let's see if I could stretch our local forecast from the National Weather Service for that long. Lisa will kill me because then we'll be heavy. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 57 degrees, southwest wind around 5 miles per hour. Friday, we have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 79. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low of 54. On Saturday, a mostly sunny day with a high in the mid-60s. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 41 degrees. Sunday is sunny with a high near 63. Sunday night, we're back down in the 40s again. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 66. And then Monday night, mostly cloudy, low of 49 degrees.
I'm pleased to welcome two ladies to our studio today who are hosting a very special benefit that will be taking place this Sunday in the borough of Freeland. Joining me today are Betsy Mahan and also Jen Farley. They are hosting this benefit on Sunday from noon to 6, and it's on Center Street, right in front of the Other Side Restaurant and also the Veterans Organization there as well. Betsy, I'm going to start with you. I was amazed to find out that not only are you decided to hold this event, but that you didn't even know the people who you were trying to help.
That's correct. Our community is a small community and very close. I am a crossing guard for the elementary school, so I know most of the children. So we found out about a family that we did not know about that was in need. And two brothers, they have their family of 4, there's 2 girls, 2 boys, but the 2 boys are not well. They are suffering from cystic fibrosis. And they have a hard time with everyday life.
And a lot of expenses, I'm sure.
Oh, that's correct, yes. A lot of expenses, not only medical, but just, day-to-day living.
So what did you decide to do?
We thought it would be nice to have a carnival, make it kid-friendly, because they're in the Freeland Elementary School, and when they're able to, they are involved in sports, and so we thought we'd make it a family and kid-friendly event, and we thought a carnival would be a great, what child doesn't like a carnival? What adult doesn't like a carnival?
All right, so now you drafted your friend Jen to come and help. So what do you have planned? Because I understand that it kind of snowballed and you have a lot going on.
It did snowball. We started out with a bake sale and some tricky trays, and it's been overwhelming. The monetary donations, tricky trays. We have a Touch a Truck event where we'll have a fire truck, a police car, a dump truck, some other things, an ambulance that the kids can actually touch and go in. We have face painting. We have hair extensions, and the girls can have their hair bejeweled. We have a huge bake sale and a dunk tank. And a lot of the local police officers are going to be in the dunk tank, and local people that we all know will be donating their time to go in the dunk tank. So we're hoping to bring in some money from this.
So you're hoping that everybody comes out, they bring their whole family because it's kid-friendly. It is a carnival atmosphere. So this is benefiting who then, Betsy?
The Yates family, Nicholas and Robert Yates.
All righty. So, well, I commend both of you for stepping up to the plate. We always hear about the kindness of strangers. This is truly the kindness of strangers, and they hope that you will come out this Sunday. Again, it's taking place from noon to 6, and it's right on Center Street in the borough of Freeland. You're not going to be able to miss it. It's a carnival for the whole family, but it's benefiting a family in need, but they can't do it without you.
Thanks, Lisa. Are you a lottery winner at home? Let's see. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers. Pick 2, 91, pick 3, 393, pick 4, 2749, and pick 5, 59580. When we come back, the long-awaited return of Dino Alberto with an FYI Fastlane segment.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome back to the FYI Fastlane. We got a NASCAR lifetime supply of oil here, Dino. This was won by Lisa Sugart in a tricky tray, Dino, and this is pretty good right here. You can do some curling with it, and
yeah, curling. It's great for weights. You know, if you're out there, you need something to tie down your tarp or anything. Sure.
How much oil do you go through at like a NASCAR racer? So is that an issue, or they just bang through a race and they're fine? They don't need the 2-gallon thing of it here.
Well, in a NASCAR race or some things like that, they actually do tear downs right after those races. They're going to drain that oil, so it's going to be a little more than that. And it might even be a little more expensive oil than what you're seeing right there. So that's not off-the-shelf oil usually that they have in NASCAR land.
So not fueling Lisa's Jeep. I see her flying around Hazleton. And well, Dino, let's talk about racing right now. It was the Weatherly Hill Climb this past weekend. They wrapped up their season. I heard they had a lot of cars, around 100 cars reported in the Standard Speaker, and another season in the books for Weatherly.
I give those guys so much credit because Joe Siepert and company, the entire Weatherly Hill Climb Association, they just go above and beyond to make that event what it is.
You see any impressive cars or new people there this weekend? You got to interact with someone neat?
You know, it's nice. You always see the regulars, if you will. There's a lot of folks there that come, and they've been part of that for so long. But every now and then you get these new drivers that come in, and as a matter of fact, there was 2 guys there with a pair of electric cars, and it sounded pretty interesting. It sounded like slot cars going up the mountain. Usually, because of the way the setup is there, and it's nice and quiet, it echoes and it roars throughout that the Weatherly area there. And you could tell at the top of the hill when they're getting to where they have to. You can hear them shifting, but those cars there, the electric ones, nice and quiet, so it was pretty interesting.
Let's talk about the local scene now, Mahoning Valley and also Evergreen. Saw you had an article in recently, the Standard Speaker, about a race at Evergreen. How's the local season goes? I guess we're winding down almost.
Yeah, it's actually September. We're in the last couple of weeks of the season here. A lot of the dirt tracks have wrapped up already, so the big shows have been put in the book. And likewise for places like Mahoning Valley, like Evergreen, they got some big shows coming up. Mahoning Valley will be wrapping up October 1st with a pair of twin 50-lap features. All of the point races for the other divisions will be there, and then they close out a couple of weeks after that with their famous Oktoberfest, 150 laps, $5,000 to win. Right prior to that, Evergreen, which they did a great job this year, considering the budget that they worked off of and what have you, but Jason McElwee and his gang there will be closing out with a 100-lap race. I believe they're paying a couple of $1,000s for that. So, and they do a great job also of drawing in a lot of the not only local but regional fans. And as you just saw, we did a nice piece on Brian Soane's school teacher in the Hazleton Area School District, and that's neat when you can give back that way and show these folks that there's things going on there.
What was your favorite story, favorite driver moment, or what was your favorite story? You covered a lot of it this year. If you're looking back on it, what was your favorite story?
Boy, I hate
put you on the spot. Yeah, how about the story you just did in the Standard Speaker on a school teacher from the Hazleton Area School District?
It's neat. You know what? I was talking with Brian earlier today before coming down here. He said, that he was very grateful for that. He said a lot of people didn't even know I was a racer. I said, well, they do now, and that's a great that's a cool thing. But boy, if I had to touch on one particular item, I think in different levels. I loved having the Indy cars back up at Pocono and what they did and what product they brought. And locally, Steve Fox, I'm thinking now, going to Daytona earlier in the year, back in February. We talked about it. We had Steve on the show here. To have a local guy like that race at Daytona International Speedway representing Hazleton, the Hazleton area, I think that had to be at the top of the list.
I want to finish up talking about Pocono, Dino. All the races affected by weather. I was on Twitter following in the Pocono Raceway, people complaining about that. Some of the race fans, you can't control Mother Nature, I guess. How do you think Pocono handled it, and was it a successful year up there at Pocono?
those guys, I give them a lot of credit because you have these major events. You have ticket sales that you're trying to boast since the beginning of the year and throughout the year and even into the next season. For the first time, Kenny, in history, in a NASCAR, at a NASCAR facility that hosts two races during the year, they got rained out on Sundays and had to run on Monday. That has never, ever happened before. And to add insult to injury, I guess, it happened with the IndyCar races. You know, on the other side of that, the racing is fantastic. Monday racing is pretty cool, as it turns out to be, because, you know, they get these programs in. We saw some surprise winners there, but I think the racing in itself at Pocono, the entire weekend, what they have to put on the table, they do a terrific job, the Igdowski and Mattioli family. And we should be extremely grateful for what they do, not only to bring in these major events to us and because we're so close by, but what they give back to the community as well. The Mattioli Foundation, you may not hear too much about it, but man, they reach out and they certainly help a lot of people beyond the racing community. So I think they did a great job up there, and the racing was fantastic.
So day late, but good racing up at Pocono. Make sure you're checking out the Standard Speaker for Dino's articles, even in the off-season. He'll be there keeping you updated on auto racing. It's Thursday. Go crazy. It's boneless wing night at Bottlenecks. 50 cents a wing. You can add a small order of fries for only $1.50.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Holy Rosary Parish of Hazleton will be holding a free community luncheon Saturday, October 8th from 10:30 a.m. until noon at Catholic Social Services. All are welcome to attend, and the parish would like to thank the Hazleton Rotary Club and the Weinberg Northeast Regional Food Bank. Our next announcement, St. John the Baptist Byzantine Catholic Church located in Lansford will be having a frozen pierogi and fresh halushki sale Friday, September 30th. Pierogi is $6 per dozen and halushki is $5 per pound. Orders can be picked up at the church from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and local Tamaqua delivery could also be available. To place an order or for more information, please call 570-668-2024. Our next announcement, Tresco Hosey will be holding a pasta dinner to benefit the American Cancer Society on Sunday, October 23rd from noon until 5. Cost is $8 for adults and $5 for children. Walk-ins are welcome and takeout is available. For more information or tickets, please call 570-459-1212. And finally, Community Services for Sight will be hosting the Eugene Plaza Memorial Beer, Wine, Dine, and 9 on Friday, October 14th at Sugarloaf Golf Club. This 9-hole, 4-person scramble is set for 3 p.m. and will be featuring a beer and wine tasting plus a great buffet dinner. For more information, please call 570-455-0421. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Francis Olander, formerly of Hazleton, no local services were announced. John Kitlin of Hazel Township, arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And Andrew Dolina of Tresco. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Diana Raup of Drums. Diana, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
I have two confessions. One is I don't know a lot about cars, as you may have noticed by my how much oil is used in a NASCAR race question I asked Dino. And number two, during that segment while you were watching it, I was watching Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis and Hillary Clinton. I suggest you do the same. Have a good night, everyone. More fun tomorrow. Take it easy.